When this news about possible attack by Russian Federation came, I dashed to Ukraine with just a small backpack to be there, just to be safe, to be with my family. If something happens, I will be with them and not on the other side of the border.
In 2015, Olga flew in our aerial survey. This was a specialist known really internationally for her work in Arctic whales in the Okhotsk Sea.
I'm 50 and my entire career was whales, studying whales, population assessments of bowhead whales and beluga whales and killer whales, and all that I did mostly in Russia, in Russian Arctic and Far East.
And little did she know that shortly afterwards the war erupted.
I'm Ukrainian. I was born and raised in northeastern Ukraine, in Kharkiv, and my family stayed in Kharkiv. And it was my professional immigration to Russia. It was February 23 in 2022 when I came to Kharkiv. And that was my last day, my last semi-normal day, because it was already kind of this feeling that something bad may happen. But it was a wonderful day when I came to Kharkiv, met with my school classmates. My mom played with my niece and nephew, had dinner and wine with my brother until late at night. And then the next day, 5 in the morning, my life changed. 5 o'clock in the morning on February 24 in 2022, Russia started to bomb Ukraine.
We were having a great time, and then the local bus went by, and she sort of sat upright because, Lord knows, in her life in Kharkiv, she's had plenty of bombs falling near her home. Tanks were within a block and a half of where she was at one point.
I realized that the sound of the small planes in Provincetown really bother me. Like it takes me like maybe 1/10 of the second to put myself back to normal, but that 1/10 of the second, it's such a kind of stressful alert, because the sound of the small planes is very similar to the sound of kamikaze drones, Shaheds, which we hear in Kharkiv.
It's an environment we do not know. When a bus goes by, I don't jump.
I mean, as all normal people, I had a normal, maybe abnormal, because it was very interesting and active life. And then the day the war started, I believe I had no choice. I wanted to be helpful, and Russians were in Kharkiv, in my town, and usual civilians, people came out to the streets and made huge lines, volunteering to be drafted to protect the town. And a lot of people, hundreds and thousands of people who didn't escape, they were ready to do something. Either to take the guns and protect or help the soldiers, or help civilians who within hours became isolated from normal life, without access to food stores, without, most importantly, access to the drugs. And there was huge amount, thousands and thousands of people who needed immediate help. So there was no time to think, so it changed instantaneously. I've been knowing
that she was escaping Moscow and going back to Kharkiv. I got in touch with her and asked how I could contribute. I don't have a lot of money to give, but I gave a number of chunks of money to her, filtered it through her to her nonprofit, her sister Ukraine. So it was pretty much from the time it broke out. She and I have been in touch. You know, she's an unusual and remarkable person, and how could you not just be enthralled by her experiences? So she and I have been in touch since she left.
I've lost my professional life. I've lost the best job ever. I think certain marine mammal populations lost something as well. But I lost what I had for 20 plus years in my life. In terms of material things, I've lost my my flat in Moscow and all my things, precious, collected during multiple travels and expeditions, and books. I miss my books. But this is all material. But I also lost friends. I lost my triple cousin, sister. She was a combat medic, and she was killed in spring 2022. I think that Ukrainian conflict is not, this war is not a Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukraine is unfortunate to be geographically positioned between Russia and Europe. And I'm surprised that after 2 years of war, some people don't understand that it's a huge international conflict, which can easily develop into the Third World War. Anna Husarska also wrote a paper with Nika, with her friend from Odessa, about one of the worst case scenarios. And this is just to think about, but it's not so unreal as we may think. She said, basically, let's play Cassandra and let's imagine that Russia wins. And then she says that likely Russia will not stop, but Russia will use Ukrainians as the army to attack Poland.
From my perspective, just a member of the public, like, Russia will keep moving because Putin wants apparently to reconstruct the Soviet Union, and that means Ukraine and Poland and Hungary, the Baltic states perhaps. She says that's the way it is. She has a better sense than anybody I know, so maybe.
We are holding as strong as we can. We are doing what we can. But as soon as we fall, the flood will come into your house.
On the other hand, they would be advancing into NATO territory, and I'm not sure that would go over very well. So the impression one gets is this is the time to draw the line. And Ukraine is doing it for us if we support them. That is to say, we don't have to. If they move further, which is quite possible, because it has not, the line has not been met, then we will be involved. We're required to under NATO. Can it come to us? It's always a matter of time. I mean, I would ask myself, when could war come to us, given the attitude that human beings appear to have? Eventually, it probably would. Is it likely to happen in the next number of decades? I don't sense that, unless we redefine war. And if we redefine it properly, we've already got war here. We've got a war in the Ukraine because of two very different visions of what the Ukraine should be. Well, in this country, we appear to have two different visions of what the United States should be. It may not be all-out war, and it might not happen for some time, but I think we've got it.
I lost a lot of people whom I didn't know, but who became really close to me with this war. And my phone has a lot of numbers which I still cannot delete them. I still have all those WhatsApp chats and voices of those people, and there are many. Ukraine now is the most mined country in the world, and I live in Kharkiv, and Kharkiv region is one of the most mined regions in Ukraine. So there will be so much work to do after the war is over that I think I will not be able just to forget and think that I'm done. I will get back to what I used to do. I think I will be doing something which will be related to restoration of the country. It's not about Ukraine only, it's about everyone. And Europe understands it better because it's close. And a lot of people in the United States still think that the ocean is large enough to let them think that it doesn't concern them. But with the modern military technology, distance is nothing. All distances can be covered within a short period of time. So it's not important where you're located, and the war can and will touch you.
For all of us who think some of us, our lives are tough, our lives are easy comparatively. She not only is poor because she is not working, but she is working like crazy without getting paid. Her life is all arguably tatters, at least would be from my view. I don't know if it is from hers. Seeing her have to go back in that, and to realize that but for luck, she may not live through this. That's hard to say goodbye, absolutely.